What's up, Nick? Mr. Mike, what's up, buddy? Nate, what's up, Matt? How the fuck are you, Nick? I'm gonna do a little tool talk for Saturday night. Saturday Night Live. So, I know everybody's probably seen this already, or if you haven't gotten it, the new Harbor Freight Christmas sale catalog. Um, I'm gonna kind of go over this a little bit, uh, and talk about a couple things in here. Just some stuff I've probably had experience with. What should you buy for the holidays? Um, and what's good, what's not good. So, if you guys don't like Harbor Freight, whatever, but even if you don't like Harbor Freight, even if you've got a Harbor Freight near you, we're going to talk about some of the stuff in here. Should probably turn on my bigger light. Do that real quick so we can get a little bit better light here. Oh, shit. That's better. Shit. Alright. 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 So, alright, so, hold on here. Alright, we got 8 people in here tonight. Good enough. Yeah, that's not good, Nate. So we'll start off with the front page. If you guys haven't checked out the new Harbor Freight Christmas sale catalog or flyer, just gonna kind of go over a few things. Is it a deal? Is it not a deal? First thing, always free coupons. Always the 20% off coupons. Of course, you always got the big coupon books. Always check those out. Don't know if you guys have seen this. For a set to keep around the house or whatever, this set right here, that's $100. That's not a bad little deal for $100. It is a 225 piece. That's probably like a decent little set to take if you're like go to the junkyard or something, and you'll have enough there. Also, that tool cart right there, the black one, that's not a bad little tool cart either. The black one. for $100, that's not bad. You can't really beat it. That's the Ford drawer, by the way. Also, let's go into the next page. Gloves, they always come in handy. You guys can see that. The gloves, $9, $10 for those. Usually about $15, they say. Go over to the next one. I'm just going to kind of skim through some of this because some of it I don't really care for myself. So just kind of go through and kind of show you guys what's up in here. The earthquake impact, they've got it on sale for with a coupon $79. This is not a bad little impact, but if you're gonna step up and get an earthquake series, get the earthquake XT series. The earthquake standard series, you just don't have enough ass behind it. And these right here, I don't know how well you can see that, with the extended anvils, those are a waste of your freaking money. I've never seen anybody have any good luck out of those, so stay away from those. If you're going to get the earthquake series and the impacts, go ahead and step up, spend a little bit extra money, and get the XT series. This jack, always a badass jack. We had one at another shop I worked at. It wasn't a yellow one. I want to say it was like the blue one. And that was a badass little jack. This low profile one that they always compare to Snap-on, that's a badass jack, by the way. Let's see what else we got. Flip this thing back around here. The $20 seat. $20 little roll around seat. That's not a bad deal either. If you need something just for around the house, or like in your house garage or whatever, pick that up. That's not a bad little set. I want to say Ace Repair bought one of those, and he did like a little review. And I've seen them before. They're not bad. Their earlier ones that they had, the older ones that Harbor Freight used to sell, they had the plastic tray at the bottom. They would always crack. So you put your foot on it or something, and it breaks right through. So those were garbage, but they stepped them up a little bit. Let's see. Oh, this bad boy right here. The breaker bar. Definitely freaking worth the $15. Of course, they're about $20 normally, but with that coupon, you're about $15. Pick that son of a bitch up because it is. I have one in my toolbox, and I have had not a damn problem out of it. That's the 1/2-inch breaker bar. Why am I spending $200 on something I'm not gonna use every fucking day or on every little thing? $15, and I have yet to break it or have it under too much stress. Cooter, I haven't seen Ace Repair here lately. I haven't even seen him in the chats or in the live streams. I haven't even seen him. May have to hit him up or something and see what's going on. Maybe he's just busy. Maybe it's just because of the holidays. I don't know what's going on. So I haven't seen Ace Repair around here in the last week or two. The breaker bars, though, they are badass. The only thing I have had any problems out of the breaker bar is the little set screw started to back out just a little bit after like the first or second time I used it, and all I did is tighten it back up, and I think it tried to back up once more. I tightened the shit out of it and had to come back out again. But if you do have that problem, unscrew it, back it out, put your little blue Loctite in there, screw that bitch down, go on about your business. But $15, $20, either way, that's not a bad little deal for that breaker bar. And compare it to Matco or Snap-on. I believe they compare it to the Matco. Nope, they compare it to Snap-on in this one. because they do have one that compared to the Matco. So I've got that breaker bar, and it has served me damn well. So if you guys thinking about picking that up, let's see. Skim through here a little bit more. Oh, if any of you guys are looking for some impact sockets, these impact sockets right here, the Pittsburgh ones, lifetime warranty on them, $25 for a, what is that, 3/8 and 1/2 inch drive impact socket with a case. That's not a bad damn deal. They've got lifetime warranty on them. Why are you spending, $200 to $300 on a set? Now, this is standard and metric set, 3/8 and 1/2 inch drive, and you're getting a lifetime warranty. Now, I believe these are showing the shallows, but that's not a bad deal for the $25 you're paying. What's up, Frankie M? Even if you don't have the receipt, which I know they send you the emails and stuff, so if you lose the receipt, you could still have it on your email, and that's not a big deal, but for the most part, it is what it is. If you need them, and if you ever do break them, whatever. But Nate, I don't think, as long as you're a customer or whatever, and they can actually look up your purchase or whatever, either way. So yeah, their sockets, I haven't broken any of their sockets yet, so their impact sockets, I haven't broke any. And I've got their swivel impact sockets, not their regular ones, but their swivels, and I haven't seen anybody actually break their regular impact sockets either. So let's see what else we got. Just kind of go running through some of this. Now, this isn't a bad deal right here. So if you're looking for your side cart or something, the magnetic tool holder, that's not a bad little deal. $3.99. You could put hanging on the side of your toolbox or cart, and slap your screwdrivers, pliers, or whatever, or just something that you need to hang on the side of your toolbox, or even on the wall. So that's not a bad little deal. $4 at Harbor Freight for that. Regular $4.95, by the way. Let's see what else we got here. All right. I'm just kind of going through some of this, guys. I'm not going to go through the whole freaking thing. It's just going to take too long. And just some of the stuff that I've had experience with. Let's see. Oh, we'll talk about this real quick. Their bench vices, garbage. I've seen them break too many times. I've actually seen them break. I'm going to see if I can get a good picture of this. The bench vise, I've always seen them break either right here or right here at the neck, or the handle snaps off right here. The bar usually snaps. Those things are freaking crap. I just don't like those. What else? Let's see. Tie straps, ratchet straps or whatever. Good for whenever you need them. $7. Yeah, I don't blame you, Frankie M. Some people have good luck, some people don't. And that's why, it just depends on what you buy. And some people just abuse the shit out of it. I don't abuse the shit out of my tools. They do get used, and sometimes they do get abused. But I'm cautious of what I buy from Harbor Freight. I don't just go and buy just any freaking thing or everything from Harbor Freight. I just buy certain stuff from Harbor Freight. And don't get me wrong, I still buy some tools from Matco, but I don't buy anything else from fucking Snap-on anymore. We don't even have a Snap-on guy, so I won't buy nothing else from Snap-on. I've just been burned. And I don't even hardly buy that much from Matco. I just buy stuff as needed. If I can't get it from Harbor Freight or just don't have the, cash up front, I'll get it from, Matco. Oh, here we go. The, what I was talking about with the Earthquake XT series. The one I showed a few minutes ago was, I want to say, it's this one right here that they're showing for $99. And that coupon was in the front for $79. You got the extended anvils. You can step all the way up. Now, this stubby right here is pretty badass. That is a bad son of a bitch. And then the Earthquake XT is what was that, 129? Yeah, 129. Regular for 150. Of course, they try to compare it to the Snap-on, whatever. There's actually the Earthquake series. They're so freaking similar to the Ingersoll Rand. And if you compare one of these side by side to an Ingersoll Rand, they're very, very similar. Because Ingersoll Rand actually, one of their newest impacts look almost identical to the Earthquake XT series. I'm not a huge Ingersoll Rand user, but I've used a lot of their air tools before, and they're pretty decent stuff. So I've never had any problems with Ingersoll Rand. Well, I take that back. I did have a problem with one of their lower lines, but it was older. Let's see. Yeah, Frankie, it just depends on what you buy. But like I said, some people abuse the shit out of it and on purposely try to break shit. But some people, they just have really bad luck and they just don't, really care for Harbor Freight. So, but Harbor Freight's pretty decent shit. I've actually I don't know if anybody's had any luck with the Earthquake XT cordless ratchet, the 3/8. I don't know if I can get a good one of that. Let's see here. Anybody had any luck with that cordless ratchet, the new one that's coming out? I don't know. I've been thinking about getting that, but I just know how Harbor Freight is with some of their power tools, and I've just never really been big on their stuff. I just never really I thought about it. I just don't want to spend that kind of cash out right now. Let's see, air compressors. No, don't really care. More air crap. Some of their air tools will get you by in a pinch, but I don't really care for a lot of their air tools. But I actually thought about picking up another cutoff wheel. I did have a DA from them, and that it did serve its purpose very well. A DA sander and polisher, and it did serve its purpose. I had that sucker for a couple years and never had any problems. This is some new shit in here too. That they got that new quantum flashlight. Everybody's saying it's pretty damn good. The 588 lumen tactical flashlight. This little sucker right here. I've been seeing a couple people have this, and it's pretty bad. $10 for that sucker. And that's 500. They're claiming 588 lumens now. I don't know how everybody's. Don't know how true that is. Of course, you could say whatever the fuck you want to say, but from what I've seen, everybody's saying it's pretty badass. Let's see what else we got up in here. Some winches. Some people say their winches are good. Some people say they're crap. I've used one before on my old four wheeler. We used to have one. Until the cable finally rusted and that's about the only thing we ever had a problem with was it got water up in there and the motor, and the cable ended up coming apart. Um, yeah, those Coast headlamps are nice. I've got a Coast flashlight somewhere. I don't know if it's at work or what. I've ran Coast before and they're good lights. I don't know where my freaking Coast light is. But that quantum light's supposed to be very similar to Coast, from what I've seen and heard. Of course, you know, you got always the trailer light stuff. Um, I'm going to kind of talk about this. I'm not even going to really show it. They're Harbor Freight code readers. Um, I've heard some mixed reviews on those. Uh, some of them are okay. Some of them are crap. I think one of the last few times I was in the Harbor Freight, there was a guy talking about buying one, and I should have told him, you know, he was trying to look for like a lower line, and I really should have told him, I said, just go ahead and pay the extra little bit of money or save your money and go on Amazon. Because some of those ones that come on from Harbor Freight are crap, but unless you're spending a good bit of money, you're not going to get nothing worth of crap. And the guy in Harbor Freight was trying to tell him that the lower line that was like $60 could do like ABS and airbag and all that shit. And I knew it couldn't, but I just kind of kept my mouth shut. So, because I was actually, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let this kind of Harbor Freight do kind of deal with that. But I should have been a nicer person instead of being an ass. But they do have a Autel too. They're showing an Autel, which is kind of surprising. For $899, that's not bad. I don't know if I'd buy it from Harbor Freight. I'd probably look online and rather go to Harbor Freight. I'm gonna ask you guys: have you guys had any or know anybody who's used the borescopes or inspection cameras from Harbor Freight? Yeah, Mr. Mike, I've seen the Blue Driver before. I've thought about buying one of these inspection borescopes from Harbor Freight, but I don't know anybody who's bought one. I'll probably wait till after the first of the year before I buy one. So I don't know if they're worth the shit. This one's showing like $75, which they've got another one in there. That's like $170. I might have to look it up or something on like YouTube or something, or find a video, look at it. I think I did see a video not a while back. Oh, let's talk about this motherfucker. Why I'm on this page. Okay, so talk about jacks from Harbor Freight. This right here, no, you can't see it too well. This is one of the shittier jacks that you can get from like kits and sets and stuff from like AutoZone or whatever. Those jacks are garbage, by the way. Yeah, they'll get the car up, but you know, I wouldn't really trust it too much. For long-term use, or something heavy, because of the wheels on them, I've actually had the wheels come slide right up underneath them. So if I've literally been jacking something up with something of that small of a jack, and they actually come apart. Yeah, the Daytona jacks are where to go if you're going to buy one from Harbor Freight. Which I showed that one earlier. Let's see. I don't need. know if you guys are into towing stuff. Chainsaws. I don't know about their chainsaws. If you're going to buy... I'm going to go ahead and say this. If you're going to buy a pressure washer from Harbor Freight, make sure it's a gas pressure washer. Don't buy the electric one. Any type of 110 pressure washer, it's not going to have enough ass behind it versus a 220, which is obviously should be standard. A 110, you're not going to have enough. Mario, the best jack to get from Harbor Freight is that one I showed earlier, that Daytona. That's probably about $170. Well worth it. And I've seen people use them for several years, that they may have changed updated a little bit, and you'll have a lot more reliability out of it. Yeah, if you're going to go buy a pressure washer, and if you do get one from Harbor Freight, buy a gas one. You're going to have a hell of a lot more pressure and PSI than something like this right here, their Portland series or whatever. That little 1700 PSI garbage that runs off a 110. Yeah, that thing's garbage. The hose diameter is way too small. It doesn't push out nowhere near as what it needs to. And that 1750, that's maximum pressure. I mean, that's you're lucky you might get about 15 out of it versus to what it's actually telling you. You'd be lucky to get 15 out of it. Their welder machines, everybody's saying their new Vulcan line is pretty good compared to, some of these other ones. I don't weld, don't really care for it anymore, so let's see. Bead blast and shit. Batteries from Harbor Freight. If you can pick them up free from Harbor Freight, like with a coupon or something, pick them up free, because they're not even worth fucking spending the $5 to $10 for the pack of batteries that probably been sitting on the shelf for God knows how long. So, Mario, what kind of line of power tools do I have? For the house, I use Skill, and it's just an older set of Skill that I've got. And then at work, I've got Snap-on power tools. So, yeah, I hadn't seen Bobby in here tonight. So, this new light. This son of a bitch. This new, I want to say, I seen this on MD Lee's page the other day, on his channel. The new Braun light, 845 lumens. Rechargeable work light, the one that flips out or whatever. This sucker right here, let me see if I can get it. Hold on. Yeah. There it is. Right here. See, it was showing underhood work light right here, but you got the one that they're comparing to the Astro light. And they're pretty much identical to each other, the Astro light. That's a pretty bad light too. I want to say MD Lee did a review on that last week or this week. And I seen it, and that's where I seen it at. And that's not a bad little deal for the work light that it is. Getting those tight spaces. Their safes, I don't know about their safes. Woodworking tools, grinders, polishers. I'm not big, like I said, I'm not big on their power tools. If you're gonna buy, when it comes to power tools, that is something I will definitely by quality of. I would rather go to Walt, Makita, Ryobi, whatever else. I won't really go to Harbor Freight and buy their crap when it comes to power tools. Unless you're just in a pinch, then that is what it is. We'll save this page here in a second. We're almost to the end. So, talk about some of the sockets and their ratchet wrenches. Yeah, and we'll go talk about their new pliers too. All right. Sorry, man. I'm just trying to snack a little bit. Must be. All right. So, first off, talk about their ratchets. We all know that their ratchets are 72 tooth. Snap-on has 72 tooth. Matco and some of these other ones, and I'm not going to really get too far into the teeth count, but are their ratchets worth the money? Their ratchets, I've heard very mixed reviews on their composite series, which is the black series. Their composite, they kind of feel plastic. I'm not a fan of those. I've held them. I don't like the composites. To me, if I'm going to have a ratchet in my hand, it needs to feel heavy duty, or it needs to feel pretty freaking sturdy. That composite series that they got, I'm sure is probably good, but if I sling that son of a bitch or drop it and it cracks or whatever, then it's not for me. To me, I'm not going to, I just don't like that idea. I'm not saying they're not strong. To me, I'd rather have a nice metal ratchet in my hand. Yeah, and that composite thing, it could be both ways. Yeah, if you're working on something special and you don't scratch something, just like Mr. Mike just said, I just don't like the composite sets. To me, I'm always used to the old, metal head style. Their ratchets are not that bad. I've got one or two. I've got like two of them, and they're not that bad. I just don't. I think they could be. Actually, I think they need to improve their ratchets a little bit. If they're really going to try to get into the ratchet game, I really think they need to step up their ratchets a little bit. At least because they claim to have a 5-degree arc swing on their ratchets. I don't truly believe that. I just don't. And if you guys don't know what an arc swing is, it's usually, let's say I take this pen and I'm on my ratchet. If it takes me, a certain amount of degrees, if it takes me 5 degrees before it hits that next click, that's my arc swing, essentially. Let me try to go again with this. All right, so they've got 2 different breaker bars on that you're going to find in Harbor Freight. That are the 1/2-inch breaker bars. The main 2 that you'll see, I don't know how well you can see it, if I can pick it out here. These 2, the ones that I showed earlier, is the standard metal one, and then the metal one that's a little bit heavier duty with a rubber grip on the end. If you're gonna get the one with a rubber grip on the end, because that's the one I haven't had a single freaking problem out of. $20 for it, and I promise you, I just haven't had any problems out of it. I just didn't want to spend, $200 on a fucking breaker bar that I'm not gonna use every fucking day. So, what else here? Yeah, the comfort grip. If you've seen my review or one of my last videos on the Harbor Freight tool haul, The hex sockets, or the Allen head sockets, whatever you want to call them, they're not bad. I haven't seen anybody break them, by the way. The smaller ones, yes, I've seen those get broke. Really more so twisted than it broke. But the bigger ones, I have yet to see anybody break one of those. The you always see the I don't know. Let me try to show you this one. The color coded sockets. Those things are crap. Stay away from them. The color coding on them, they come off pretty freaking easy. They start to either flake, or you get too much oil and grease or fluids on it, and it just starts to just wear off on your hands, or on the materials you're working on. They're just crap. What else we got here? Some other stuff that's showing. They're wrenches. First thing I'm going to tell y'all about their wrenches. Their regular wrenches, I'm not a big fan of, because, I'm just not a big fan of their regular wrenches. When it comes to wrenches, I like to have decent wrenches. That is one thing I like to have decent. Now, their ratchet head wrenches, their ratcheting wrenches, those aren't that bad. Now, the only thing I really use those for is for the ratcheting mechanism. If you're going to buy their wrenches, I would advise to use them for a little bit, but don't use them on something that needs to be, that you can risk rounding off. If it's very important and you think you're going to risk rounding something off, stay away from it. Use quality wrenches. Go buy Craftsman, go buy Sears, whatever you want to do. Don't go to Harbor Freight for your standard wrenches. Ratcheting wrenches are okay, but buy quality wrenches. That's something that I was always taught, because their clearances on their wrenches are just not great compared to regular wrenches. To me, I've got a whole good set of good wrenches, and I've got multiple good wrenches. I would rather take a crappy beat up Craftsman over Harbor Freight. All right, Jeff. Now, as far as their crescent wrenches, those are okay. Their crescent wrenches and their ratcheting wrenches, those are okay to get from Harbor Freight. Crescent wrench, it's just a basic freaking crescent wrench. If you just need something for like something pipe or whatever, get the ones that got the rubber grip on them, though. Don't get the ones that are just basic metal. Get the ones that have the rubber grip on them. And I'm sure we've all seen the brown handle screwdrivers from Harbor Freight. They're like $7-8. And you get like a 12-pack of screwdrivers. The only thing I've got a set of those, that 12-piece, and the only thing that I use them for is for beating, banging, to get beat up on, and that's it. Really the only reason why, yeah, Mr. Mike, a 12-pack of screwdrivers for like $7. The only reason why I bought those is because for it to get beat, bang up on, and because I needed a special type of screwdriver to do recalls, and it had to be bent a certain way because I couldn't find my other one that I had made up. So, like I said, those are just for beating, banging, throw them in a tool bag in the truck if you ever need them, whatever. They're just kind of bullshit screwdrivers. I've got Matco and good screwdriver and Snap-on screwdrivers. I don't really give a shit about these. If they get lost, stolen, fucked up, bent, broke, whatever. Their T-handles, which are the Torx T-handles. If you guys ever seen those, I think they come in like that little set or whatever. They're okay. but I'm going to be honest with you, I've seen them break. At the handles, they always break. Yeah, and the screwdriver's good for prying too. That's about all they're good for until they break. Or I've actually had a couple of them. The flatheads I've actually kind of twisted a little bit on the actual flathead blade. But again, on those T handles, I've actually seen them break and crack at the handle, and I've actually seen them kind of twist. So here's a good one for everybody out there. The Harbor Freight Dead Blow, the orange one. That's not a bad little deal right there. I've actually found a deal online here recently on Amazon, but last time I just checked, probably a week ago when I was going to go order them, they were like completely sold out. It was a 3-pack for that price right there, and they were green. You had 3 different sizes. They were the exact same dead blow hammers for $20. And I haven't, and that's a little 4-pound dead blow, so that's not a bad little dead blow. And everybody says it, it lasts. If it tears up, whatever, you're gonna go in the tool truck and spend freaking 4 times that much for a dead blow. They're basic pliers. Talk about that for a second, like their basic like channel locks and stuff. Not their pliers, but just the channel locks here and these other ones. So just your basic channel locks here and here. Well, that's a plier set, but this is your channel locks. That's not a bad little set. The orange handle. Now, last time I was in Harbor Freight, I didn't like how they packaged them. Like, literally, they looked dirty in the fucking packaging. The grips were dirty, and this was like several packs. I was like, well, maybe they just got, maybe somebody returned them or something. No, it was every fucking one of them that when I looked through the shelves, like all the grips were like had some type of little grease stain or oil stain. I was like, man, yeah. But they were like $16 for a 4-pack. So I was like, I don't need those right now. Plus, they also have their new Doyle line. But the only reason I was looking at those other ones, their new Doyle line, the new Doyle line of pliers, they go for just one of those pair of channel locks goes for like $16 from Harbor Freight. But if you go and get that 4-pack, it's the same fucking price. So $16 for one pair of pliers, or $16 for a 4-pack of pliers for miscellaneous sizes. In my all honest opinion, pliers are pliers. When it comes to some pliers like channel locks, you're going to get them beat up and you're going to be wrenching on them. That doesn't mean don't buy the good stuff. Always have you a good set of something. Yeah, they're starting to kind of price themselves out a little bit and kind of go with a market flow. It's kind of like, they're gonna eventually try to get too much of a big head on them for their tools. So, who knows? Their toolboxes always decent. I'm not gonna talk too much about their toolboxes. So, their channel locks are okay. I've used their channel locks before, and they're not too bad of a deal. But, if you're going to use something like, if you need the grip on something, get you a decent pair of pliers. Like a decent pair of channel locks. But if you need something to just beat and bang up on and whatever, I haven't really tested out this new Doyle line of their pliers, so I don't really know how good they are. That's a kind of a new line. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I've got cobalt tools and stuff like that, channel locks, and when it comes to pliers, they're decent pliers. I don't. I try not to buy too much cheap stuff from Harbor Freight. Like I said, that was kind of my whole point of kind of going through the Harbor Freight catalog, kind of just talk about it. I haven't done that yet, so, or at least on my channel. I mean, I've kind of seen other people do it, but in my experiences, their wrenches, I just don't like their wrenches. I've got a set of their wrenches, and I don't really like the clearance on them. I believe they're just too sloppy. They're not tight. They're just the way they're made. I don't like them. Now, the ratchet wrenches, those are okay. I'd buy their ratchet wrenches any day over, whatever, Matco or whatever. Just because if it gets a job done, if it breaks, whatever. I just recently bought a set of their stubbies, and they're pretty decent. I've been running them for probably about a week or two now, and they've held up pretty well. I've actually been using them almost every day this week. Yeah. If I buy something from Harbor Freight, it's gonna have a lifetime warranty on it. That's my main deal. If it don't have a lifetime warranty on it, it's something I'm not using all the time. If it's something I know I'm gonna get a lot of use out of when it comes to Harbor Freight tools, it better have the lifetime warranty. Like some of their specialty tool stuff and their sets, they don't have a lifetime warranty on that stuff, but I'm not gonna use it every day. So therefore, I'm not going to spend a god awful of money from Snap-on or Matco or the other tool trucks for something I'm going to use hardly ever. Maybe once a month or twice a month, if that, or whenever I need it, every couple months. I will say about what Harbor Freight wrenches are good for. Um, Instead of taking, if you need like a specialty wrench and you need to heat it up and turn it or bend it a certain way for like a certain job, that's about what they're good for. Say you need to cut it up, or cut it down to a certain size for a special job or something. Then I would say buy Harbor Freight wrenches, but otherwise, that's about the only thing that regular wrenches are good for. Yeah, their engine hoists aren't bad either. But you kind of have to be careful about some of those bolts on their engine hoists. I want to say I don't even know where we got our, um, no, our engine hoists at worst, they actually came from AutoZone. So they're the Duralast. Um, yeah, and they're not bad engine hoists, but if you have a problem with them, go to a good hardware store or whatever, or Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, and change out some of the bolts and nuts, because they're cheap crap or whatever. So, but their wrenches, as far as when it goes to their wrenches, again, I'll say it one more time. Their wrenches are good for nothing but just junk wrenches. Whenever you just need to cut them up or bend them or heat them up and make something out of them. Let's see who else we got up in here tonight. What's up, Snowman? Nate, how many subs you sitting at now, buddy? Good deal, Nate. Uh, if you guys in here, if you have not subscribed to Nate Daniel, go over to his channel, subscribe to Nate Daniel, check him out. He's got some pretty cool content coming out. He's been pushing out some pretty good stuff, so go over and check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Mechanic Mike, I've heard of people using that bead blaster cabinet. I've actually heard of the one that sits on the tabletop. I've actually seen people use before, and that one was pretty decent. I don't know about the other ones, but I just know the one that you could set it like on the workbench or whatever. That one's pretty decent. Make sure all you guys hit that like button, hit that thumbs up, so we can keep pushing out good content, guys. If you guys are in here and you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, to my channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, like, share, whatever you want to do. They've got a 60 gallon as well, but they've also got a what is this? What is this? They've also got a 20. They've got a 26, and they've got a 17 oilless. I don't like no damn oilless compressor. I didn't even know what happened, Mr. Mike. Hold on. Yeah, Mr. Mike. You gotta be careful, and that's one thing you kind of gotta be careful about. Kelsey's pretty cool, but she can be a little out there sometimes. So you gotta be careful. We know that's a lie, Mr. Mike. Yeah, Nate, we got to get you, well, Mr. Mike's channel. We're working on trying to get him back, but YouTube kind of fucked him, and he also kind of fucked himself a little bit too. What's up, Brian? Oh, God, Brian. Yeah, I know you were saying earlier you got new neighbors. Man, I was going to go live last night, but I was not feeling good at all last night, so I ended up falling asleep a little early, and I wasn't feeling good. But I had planned on going live last night. It would have been a good night to go live. Damn, Brian. Do you live in like an apartment or something? Oh shit. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't live in an apartment. I mean, I had before when I was younger. That shit gets old though, especially when you're on bottom stairs. I don't know about that, Brian. Middle-aged women can also be screamers. Yeah. Again, like I said, I couldn't live in a freaking apartment. Upstairs, downstairs, I couldn't do it. Plus, if some crackhead decides to set the building on fire, then all your shit's gone too. Yeah, it's always good to sub to each other, man. Make sure you guys are subbing to each other, even if you don't have content or yet. Um, when you finally decide to put out content, you'll already have a couple subs and you'll start to kind of gain a little bit of traction. Yeah, I think that's kind of how it happens too. Just you get on, you'll just have an account. You won't have any videos, but you'll kind of start following people. And this community, our community, and this tool community, everybody kind of pushes each other. At least put out a video, like a toolbox tour or something, and just even like show what kind of tools you got, or show your truck off, or show your car, or show your garage. And that's usually kind of how it happens. Mario, I am in Alabama, by the way. Nate, that's just how it goes. With me, I put my first video was my toolbox tour, and just kind of went from there. Yeah, that's right, Brian. Lower Alabama, LA. Did he take his channel down, Joseph? Because I haven't seen him. I haven't heard from him. Nobody's heard from him or nothing. Dang. I don't even know if anybody knows what happened. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, that's just strange. I mean, I've heard of people getting their channels deleted for no reason. Not like Mr. Mike's case. I'm talking about just completely deleted for no reason. But who knows? There could be something going on. Could be Brian. Yeah, I'm sure probably Dow might know. I'd have to ask Dow, see if he knows. But Ace is cool, man. He's a pretty cool guy. Of course, his name's not really Ace, but everybody calls him Ace now. I haven't. I mean, I just can't. I don't know what happened, so I've been kind of out of it this week, but I haven't even seen Ace Repair even in any of the streams here lately, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Dow knows anything or not. And Dow's probably not going to say anything this weekend, being he's on military duty. He's got drill this weekend. Mario. Let's see. Hold on. No, Junior. Junior's got a blue wrench. What am I eating? Chips. Oh, shit. Yeah, snacking. Uh, Man, I'm not even gonna talk about the game. To be honest with you, um, that game just kind of really pissed me off. So I was just like, you know what? I mean, you do so well last weekend. This weekend, you come up and you just fall short, and for a team that you beat already. So I'm not gonna kind of get into that. That's kind of pissed me off. So I couldn't even watch that whole game. 3 dislikes. What? Oh well. Still a view. Haters gonna hate. Fried bologna sandwich. Yeah, fried bologna sandwich. I haven't had one of those in a while. I don't even have any bologna in the fridge, by the way. Yeah, no telling there, Cooter. Um, yeah, Junkie probably hit the dislike. I don't really care. I don't even think Junkie's not even a subscriber of mine. But Mario, what do? I am a Chrysler technician mechanic. I just don't. I'm not gonna talk about the Junkie too much, but I don't know him on a personal level. But as far as YouTube, I just don't. I just don't like watching his channel. It has nothing to do with him, his personality. It's just I just don't like watching his channel. What's up, Free Spirit? Free Spirit, did you finally get your package? All right, Junior Little. All right, yeah, that's definitely good. Free spirits, you got it. Hope you enjoy it, buddy. Mario, when I did the 100 subscriber giveaway. But again, you guys will hear me probably say a few more times that I just don't. I'm not a big fan of the junkie. Um, I'm just not really, just don't really care. So shit, damn leg, it's hurting. Nate said he got two rights and a left. You might want to get that checked out there, Nate. Yeah, you're right, Brian. Uh, I mean, we're all here for tools and the tool porn, man. We're not here for drama. I mean, that's like going to a porn website and getting to a forum chat. I mean, you just don't make much sense. You're there to watch porn, not fucking uh, you know, argue about whose tits are bigger or whose dick is bigger, you know? I mean, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care to involve myself in all the drama and all the BS and all the crap. I just don't. I've got enough going on in my personal life to have to worry about what's going on the internet to get filled and sucked into the drama, so I don't really care. If those guys want to, duke it out and, complain to each other and suck each other off on the interwebs, and that's their own problem, not mine. Uh, Nate, I've got both some sockets going both ways. I've got some of my sockets are stand up on a tray. Some of my sockets are stand up in a case. I'm gonna lay down in a case. So and some of them are on rails. So my preference really isn't. I'd rather have my socket standing up, to be honest with you. But because I've got some sockets in a case, it's actually easier to find them that way. And just because the case is labeled, that's the only reason why. That's kind of what I do. I kind of stay away from the TV. I mean, I'll watch the news, but I don't get into watching, the crazy crap. I mean, I watch a little bit of TV, but I don't watch all the crazy crap going on. It just depends on your preference. How you want your drawers to be set up, and if you've got the space to do it, then you can stand it up. But me personally, I like standing them up because if I'm laying a socket down, especially like a deep well, I'm losing extra space. Whereas that socket, could take up two spaces, where two lines versus one line or whatever. Uh, Mario, sometimes it can be having extras, but not if you have like threes and fours. I mean, I've got extras of some stuff, but um, if you got some stuff like if you do turn wrenches and stuff for a living, then you're gonna have your stuff at at your job, your work, and if you do stuff at the house, you're gonna have stuff at the house, or in the car, the truck. So whatever you got, you always want to keep some tools, just like a little small little tool bag or tool case in your vehicle. You never know what's gonna happen if you work on your shit. Keep like a little small little tool bag or emergency bag in your trunk or in your truck or whatever you want to do. Yeah, and your street beast, huh? Good socket rails. Depends on what you mean, K Ford. Are you like wanting like a single socket rail or like a socket tray? Harbor Freight socket rails. Actually, the twist locks, those are pretty good. The twist lock socket trays. Um, then, but I've got socket trays and stuff, and I've recently found the Walmart, the Hyper Tough, $6 for a metal socket rail with the plastic twist locks. Um, those are the ones you get from Walmart. They're like $6. I don't like the ones from Harbor Freight. The ones I got a big old socket tray from off the tool truck, from the Snap On, and then I got a couple other miscellaneous socket rails. But the ones that you get, I got from Walmart. I picked them up. I've got like a quarter, 3/8, and a half inch single rails. Um, they're pretty good. They're not like your usual old school metal rails. Probably was to go outside here. If I find my shit. All right, hold on, guys. See what I missed, guys. No, Cooter. I had to go get my cigarettes. Smoke break, man. Been on live stream for too long. So I don't smoke in my house, so that's why I come outside to smoke. Nate, I used to dip. I used to. I can't do it anymore because they gives me real bad heartburn and indigestion really bad. So I had to quit that when I was deployed. Because I tried quitting smoking and went back to dipping for a little bit, and that didn't work. And by the way, I hate Grizzly. Grizzly is freaking disgusting. I wasn't in Kuwait, Mr. Mike. Oh, dude, I hadn't seen Stokers in a minute, Nate. I hadn't seen Stokers since I was overseas. One of the guys used to get the big old tub of Stokers, and he would have the can, and he'd always just get it sent from back home because it was always cheap. I think the last kind I had was Skull. But I hadn't seen Stokers in a while. Like I said, that's the last time I seen Stokers or anybody dip Stokers. Yeah, I know, right? That was always a problem when trying to get cigarettes overseas. Like if you try to get American cigarettes, trying to ship from over from America to overseas, because customs would always take them sometimes. So you'd have to get another fucking carton or something sent. So if you got a carton, man, people were like trying to. That shit was like crack, man. People were trying to buy that shit like crazy. I didn't care for the cherry. Cherry is freaking disgusting. If I dipped Skull, it was usually the green apple, uh, shit, green apple, occasionally the peach. Um, then it came down to the mint. Then I liked the Skull mint. The Skull mint was where it was at. But it had to be the Skull mint pouches. For some reason, it had to be like the Skull mint extra pouches. Peach was good when it first come out, but then it just got like nasty flavor after a while. But the only mint that I liked was the mint extra, in the pouches. That was it. Yeah, I was part of the E4 Mafia too, Nate. Yeah, I've done that a time or two. That's pretty gross too. And I've about puked on myself. I've been out, shit, going on almost 2 years now. Which actually, I still got my last uniform that I wore in my closet. Oh, shit. Coming back here. Shit. But yeah. Oh shit, let's see if it's still in here. Here you go, Nate. Let's see if I pull it out. This was my last shit here. This one. Still got mine on it. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Let's see if I can pull it out. I'll swap it around here. Switch it around. You can see mine. My last one. Still had the ACUs. Of course, that was my combat patch. And I've got both of those sitting there. That was my last unit. This was the last patch that I wore. Before that, I wore that one, the Dixie Division. No, I don't believe that's a Mountain Division. That's a different one. I don't remember which fucking one it is. But yeah, this was the 31st. I don't remember which one that one is, because I didn't really give a shit my last year, and so I didn't really. The change of command was never really official. I mean, it was official, but I never went to the ceremony, so I didn't really give a shit. I'll put that back in the damn closet. No, it's not Mountain. I can't remember which one it is. It's like, fuck, I don't even remember. I'd have to look it up again. I'm sure it's probably on my last DD214 or some shit. I was in Mario. I was in 7 years, almost 7 years. So, yeah, I was in almost 7 years. Taking this jacket off. But yeah, if you've ever seen the other patch, the A with a circle, that's the 3rd Army. What they used to call the General Patton's Army. Yeah, I want to say they also have a outbase in Africa, Nate. Because you got the what they call in Africa, it's called U.S. AFRICOM. Then you got CENTCOM. Then you got a couple other ones, just command centers or whatever, command posts. Alright, guys, I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second. Do something real quick. Hold on. I have to stare at the ceiling real quick. No, I wasn't taking a piss. I had to go get my water. Oh, shit. Damn it. Chilling on the bed tonight. Chilling out. Fuck. We just chilling tonight, man. Yeah, MD Lee style. No, I'm not like laid down on the bed. Not yet. I'm about to be. First time I ever seen MD Lee on a live stream, he was like all laid up in the bed and shit, just chilling out. I was like, all right. Yeah, the up chin angles, the chin angles. Gotta love those chin angles, you know. Especially MD Lee, he's a big guy. All right, Cooter, get on out of here, buddy. Yeah. Uh, Damn, Nate. That's why sometimes I don't like doing side work for people. Oh shit! Front end rebuild on a avalanche. Damn. Is it 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, Nate? Ooh. Ugh. Yeah, that sucks. I don't remember if those have torsion keys or not. Yeah, I figured they did. I couldn't remember if they had the torsion keys. So yeah, it's a freaking nightmare when you got to do the you got to unload the torsion bars and all that shit, and you service the ball joints. Or anytime you do upper or lower, otherwise you're gonna cause yourself a huge headache. It's just dangerous doing a 4-wheel drive. Yeah, the avalanches with all the fucking plastic. Yeah, the earlier ones were worse. That had the all the plastic on like the sides. Those were worse. Yeah, it's mainly just for the lower control arms. Anytime you have to do anything, but sometimes if you're doing the uppers too, or I don't think those have coil springs up front. I think they're just the shocks and then the complete independent suspension. So still a pain in the ass. My Tahoe's the same way. It's a pain in the ass. I gotta put. I really just want to go ahead and put new lowers in, but they don't make lowers for that those Tahoes and Silverados, the late '90s 4-wheel drive trucks anymore. So the only thing you can do is get lower ball joints and press them in, or get the control arms bushings and press them in. That's the only thing you can do. You can't get the whole assemblies anymore with everything on together. So yeah, that's freaking stupid. That's about the dumbest crap ever when you got some dumb idiot redneck Bubba that wants to weld shit. But depending on the lift kit, there are some lift kits that do require you to weld certain shit. So, and just depending on what your Silverado and what lift kit. But my Tahoe is a '99, and it's a 4-wheel drive Z71 and all that crap. So it's let's see. They welded the impact bars to the trans cross member and cross member to frame. Wow. Wow. But yeah, my Tahoe, it's a real pain in the ass. That's why I don't like that's what my Tahoe's got. My Tahoe's got the 5.7 Vortec in it. But it's not the original. It's not the original motor, not the original trans, not the original transfer case. The neither one of the differentials or axles are original. A lot of the other shit's not original. Doesn't have the original wheels or tires. Doesn't have the original barn doors. Then it's got a bunch of stuff that's not original, but some stuff is. A lot of the interior stuff is original. Yeah, some of the newer GM SUVs are a pain in the ass. You'll burn yourself really quick. Mine doesn't have that many miles on it, but to be honest with you, I really don't even know how many actual miles is on my Tahoe because I think the cluster's been changed out too. Yeah, oil filter on the 5.7, the 350. Yeah, it could be a crapshoot because depending on if someone's ran exhaust or not, or the headers, and because of the way it sits like kind of slanted a certain way on the later models, and it's right there by the damn exhaust manifolds. Yeah, and I mean, my Tahoe's a. Let me try to pull this a little bit closer here. My Tahoe is a. It's a '99. You guys will see. Can go back and watch the video. It's not really the greatest video because the video terribly sick. My voice was just terrible in it. But just to kind of give you guys a little info on it. It's a 99 two-door Tahoe, Z71 Sport Edition. It's a true Z71. Um, and I've just been trying to work on it a little bit, but I think I'm going to end up having to go into the motor and probably replace lifters or something. I think I've got every so often, once it starts getting cold, I think one of the lifters is sticking or it might be collapsing. Don't know. So, which is a common problem with the 350s, especially on the Vortex. So, yeah. I mean, I've been wanting to restore my Tahoe, and just kind of putting it off. But um, I want to get another vehicle. Maybe if I ever start making money from YouTube, we'll start doing more projects and stuff for be able to do more tools and stuff. That way, we'll kind of be able to give back more into the channel and stuff, and see how it goes. It's not going to be a lot of money. It's not going to happen overnight, but that's kind of what I want to do. Is kind of the two things that I want to be able to do, or at least two or three things that's going to happen when monetization comes along, is project cars will be coming up. You'll have more tool reviews. We'll be able to do a lot more than what we're doing now. Because right now just funds are limited. We're kind of really on a budget for the channel, so we're low budget. Put it that way. We're worse than a low budget Hollywood film. So. Matt G6. Average cost of an oil change at a Chrysler dealership. Um, yeah, that's about right. Just depends. It actually can be more. At my dealership, a basic oil change, non-synthetic, can run you about $50. If you're getting full synthetic oil, it can run you probably about $80 an oil change. If it's a diesel, you're gonna expect to pay over $100 for an oil change, and that's just how it is. Diesels, they take more oil, they take more time, so they cost over $100 for an oil change. Not to mention when you get your fuel filters done, so that's even more expensive. Yeah, we use synthetic blend. All of our vehicles get synthetic blend, but if it requires a lot of our cars now with Chrysler, they require full synthetic oil. The new 3.6 requires full synthetic, and then all the multi-area series requires full synthetic. That's just what it requires, so you don't have a choice, and that's what it requires. Not to mention, that's just, I mean, that's just how it is. 69.99 for a 13 Dodge Grand Caravan, non-synthetic. Um, yeah. Um, that could be. I mean, that's probably your final price. It depends if you went to a dealership or a oil change place. If you went to a dealership, you gotta understand that you also have to pay. You're not just paying for the oil change. You gotta pay for the shop fees, shop supplies, the shop fees, the environmental fees, all that other crap that goes into it that they have to tax you. Yeah, and that's why. That sounds about right, Matt G6. Because when you go to the dealership, they've got to charge you those extra fees for the environmental fees. They're gonna charge you for um, disposal fees. They're gonna charge you for shop and supplies and all that crap. So that's why. When normally it's probably about 40 to 50 bucks, uh, and that's just average. Now, like I said, once you start adding in all those extra fees, that's about right. Yeah, that's always a good thing to have, Matt G6. If you've got lifetime warranty on it, which I don't even know if they do it anymore on some Chrysler vehicles because of the way it is. Now, if you've got that lifetime warranty, I mean you're set. I mean a lifetime powertrain warranty, and usually it's the lifetime powertrain warranty, which you have to go in and get it inspected every 5 years. And that being said, that has to be done every 5 years. You've got to maintain your maintenance. If you don't maintain your maintenance, they can cancel and void your warranty. What did it say? I can't see what that said. Well, let me go back. Oh, yeah, stupid. Um, as far as when it goes to working in an independent shop versus a dealership, I'm not gonna talk too much about it. I mean, I'll do probably have a video planned for that, but it's been talked about a lot in this community, but I don't want to just harp on it too much. When there's just so many differences and so many variables that go into it, as far as working at an independent shop. But the way a lot of dealerships and manufacturers are going now, it's so much harder to work on your own vehicle. Whereas used to be, even in your owner's manual, it would tell you how to service stuff. It would tell you service procedures. It used to be able to tell you a lot more. Now you're not getting that in your service manuals and your owner's manuals. You're barely getting your basic information, and it's just all scrambled all over the fucking place when you try to look something up in a manual. Yeah, that's right, Matt. I like the older '90s body style Chevys too. It's probably my more favorite body style. Some people like the old square bodies, uh, but to me, I like the '90s body styles. Now I don't like the pre '95 interiors. I don't like those. I had a '94 truck, and I just never liked the way they set up the dash and the door panels. I just never liked that interior. Yeah, Matt. Definitely when it comes to that, uh, if you've got that powertrain warranty, you got to keep that powertrain warranty because they can actually void your powertrain warranty if if you're not maintaining your maintenance. So if you go in, and I'll probably talk about this in a video, but the bad thing about that is if you go into a dealership and you say, okay, I'm here to get my oil changed, or if I've got a problem, I've got a check engine light on, or whatever, and they say, okay, you need this, this, and this, and this, and you decline all that work, the maintenance work, or if you see that you've been declining all your maintenance work, they can actually void that warranty. in a heartbeat, by the way. Yeah, I mean that's just how it is. I mean, if you're not maintaining your proper maintenance on your vehicle, they can void your warranty. And by the way, touch on this also. If you have a brand new vehicle and it's still covered under warranty, um, and you refuse the repairs and you say, well, I'll just take it to my mechanic, and have them look at it and repair it, and then y'all can get billed for it or whatever. That's not going to work. What's going to end up happening is they can actually freeze your vehicle. And what do I mean by that? Is that they can keep you. What's going to happen is they blacklist your vehicle and you can't have it repaired anywhere but a Chrysler dealership or any type of dealership. If it's any type of vehicle, it has to go to a dealership or that specific dealership. So you're kind of screwed. And it has happened before, by the way. Well, that's across the board, too. It's not just from, um, you know, GM or Ford or Chrysler or whatever. It can happen. Um, but I didn't know anything about that until our warranty clerk said something about it one time. And I was like, they can do that? And they said, yeah, they can definitely do that. And because they had a customer that was trying to pull that kind of crap at that time, and then it wasn't one of something that I was working on. It was a different somebody else in the shop, and just customer was just being a complete dick about it, and they were just like, "Well, I'll just take it somewhere else." So they were having to go through the process, and they ended up not wanting to take it somewhere else because of they didn't want to have to pay the bill because they knew it was going to cost them out the ass for what would needed to be done. So, but anything can happen. Yeah, it can definitely happen. All right, Nate. About time to get off here, actually. Man. Well, it's about time to get up off here, guys. So, probably finna hit the hay here. Pretty late. Gonna get off here. Appreciate everybody staying with us tonight. Appreciate everybody watching. Everybody that's kept up with it and subscribe. Appreciate everybody, guys, popping in tonight and giving that thumbs up. Definitely always helps. We'll probably try to do a video this weekend, probably tomorrow or something. Probably put some more stuff out here. Got some more stuff coming out. But that's all I've got for tonight. Till next time, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. And till next time, keep on wrenching, guys.